Statistics Now. Now.
Georgia.
Tbilisi is the capital and the largest city of Georgia, lying on the banks of the Kura River with a population of approximately 1.5 million people. Founded in the 5th century by Vakhtang Gorgisli, the monarch of the Kingdom of Iberia, Tbilisi since served as the capital of various Georgian kingdoms and republics. Between 1801 and 1917, then being under the rule of the former Russian Empire, Tbilisi was the seat of the imperial viceroy, governing both southern and northern Caucasus. Because of its location on the crossroads between Europe and Asia, and its proximity to lucrative east-west trade routes, throughout history Tbilisi was a point of contention between various global powers. The city's location to this day ensures its position as an important transit route for various energy and trade projects. Tbilisi's diverse history is reflected in its architecture, which is a mix of medieval, neoclassical, Beaux Arts, Art Nouveau, Stalinist and modern structures. Historically, Tbilisi has been home to people of multiple cultural, ethnic, and religious backgrounds, though it is currently overwhelmingly Eastern Orthodox Christian. Its notable tourist destinations include cathedrals Samba and Sunny, Freedom Square, Rustaveli Avenue and Agmashnabali Avenue, medieval Naragula Fortress, the Pseudo-Moorish Opera Theatre, and the Georgian National Museum. The economy of Georgia is an emerging free market. Its gross domestic product fell sharply following the collapse of the Soviet Union but recovered in the mid-2000s, growing in double digits thanks to the economic and democratic reforms brought by the peaceful Rose Revolution. Georgia continued its economic progress since, moving from a near-failed state in 2003 to a relatively well-functioning market economy in 2014. 19. In 2007, the World Bank named Georgia the world's #1 economic reformer, 2021, and has consistently ranked the country at the top of its Ease of Doing Business Index. Corruption in Georgia had been an issue in the post-Soviet decades. Before the 2003 Rose Revolution, according to Foreign Policy, Georgia was among the most corrupt nations in all Eurasia. The level of corruption abated dramatically, however, after the revolution. In 2010, Transparency International, (T) said that Georgia was the best corruption buster in the world. Low-level corruption has been virtually eliminated in recent years. Transparency International's 2016 Corruption Perception Index ranks the country 44th place out of 176 countries.
Georgia is the 87th largest export economy in the world. In 2016, Georgia exported $2.11 billion and imported $7.23 billion, resulting in a negative trade balance of $5.12 billion. In 2016 the GDP of Georgia was $14.3 billion and its GDP per capita was $10,000. The top exports of Georgia are copper ore, $311 million, other nuts, $178 million, ferroalloys, $169 million, cars, $166 million, and wine, $113 million. Using the 1992 revision of the HS, Harmonized System, classification. Its top imports are refined petroleum, $618 million, cars, $475 million, petroleum gas, $317 million, packaged medicaments, $272 million, and copper ore, $248 million. The top export destinations of Georgia are Russia, $206 million, Turkey, $173 million, China, $169 million, Bulgaria, $167 million, and Azerbaijan, $153 million. The top import origins are Turkey, $1.18 billion, Russia, $840 million, China, $745 million, Germany, $392 million, and the United States, $324 million. Georgia borders Armenia, Azerbaijan, Turkey and Russia by land and Ukraine by sea. In the mid-2000s the Patrol Police Department of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Georgia underwent a radical transformation. In 2005 Georgian President Mikhail Saakashvili fired the entire traffic police force of the Georgian National Police due to corruption. 3. Numbering around 30,000 police officers. 4. A new force was built around new recruits. 3. The United States State Department's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs has provided assistance to the training efforts. 5. Patrol I was first introduced in the summer of 2005 replacing the traffic police, which were accused of corruption. 6. The wide variety of peoples inhabiting Georgia has meant a correspondingly rich array of active religions. Today most of the population in Georgia practices Orthodox Christianity, primarily in the Georgian Orthodox Church whose faithful make up 83.4% of the population. Around 1% belong to the Russian Orthodox Church, while about 2.9% of the population follow the Armenian Apostolic Church, Oriental Orthodoxy, almost all of which are ethnic Armenians. 2. Adherents of Islam make up 10.7% of the population. 3. And are mainly found in the Ajara and Kvimo-Kartli regions and as a sizable minority in Tbilisi. Catholics of the Armenian and Latin churches make up around 0.8% of the population and are mainly found in the south of Georgia and a small number in Tbilisi. There is also a sizable Jewish community in Tbilisi served by 2 synagogues. The Georgian Armed Forces is the name of the Unified Armed Forces of Georgia. The Georgian military is a defense force consisting of the Georgian Land Forces, Georgian Special Forces and a paramilitary organization, the Georgian National Guard. The national defense policy aims, based on the Constitution of Georgia, are to guarantee the preservation of the independence and sovereignty of the state and the integrity of its land area, territorial waters and airspace and its constitutional order. The Armed Forces of Georgia are under the authority of the Georgian Ministry of Defense. The Georgian Armed Forces is not to be confused with the American Civil War Army known as the Army of Georgia.